Most people underestimate how expensive it is to wait just a few years before starting to save for retirement and other future goals. They think I'll start when I make more money, or I'll get serious after I pay off this next thing. What they don't realize is that those delays can cost them hundreds of thousands of dollars over a lifetime. If you're in your 20s or 30s and feel behind, or in your 40s and wondering if it's too late, this video is for you. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how compounding actually works, why starting earlier matters so much, and what you can do right now, even with a small amount, to get back on track. I'm Jeffrey Panic with Balanced Wealth Partners and author of the book Your Future is Now, an introductory guide to managing your finances. In the book, I talk about building a basic financial foundation and using simple examples to show the compounding value of money over decades. Today, I want to take the same idea and walk you through how delaying savings can quietly derail your long term goals and how automating your savings can turn things around. At its core, compounding is your money earning interest, and then your interest earning interest again, year after year. The longer you give compounding to work, the more dramatic the curve becomes, which is why the earlier years are so valuable. Think of it this way: putting money to work in your 20s is like pushing a snowball from the top of a long hill. It has more time to pick up snow and speed on the way down. If you wait until your 40s to start, you're dropping the same snowball halfway down the hill. It still rolls, but it doesn't have as much time or distance to grow. Let me show you what that actually looks like with two simple examples. Imagine person A starts saving at 25. They put away $500 a month until 35, just 10 years, and then stop adding new money, but leave the account invested to grow. Now imagine person B waits and doesn't start until age 40. They also save $500 a month, but they have to keep contributing all the way to age 65, 25 years to try to catch up. Even though person B saved for more than twice as long, person A, who started at 25 and stopped after 10 years, can end up with a larger balance at 65, simply because their money had an extra 15 years to compound. That's the cost of waiting. You can end up needing to save much more for much longer just to chase the person who started earlier with the same monthly amount. Here's the second way to look at it. If you start at 25 and consistently save a few $100s a month for several decades, the total you put in out of pocket can be a fraction of what the account grows to over time. But if you wait until 40, you may have to contribute far more of your own money to reach a similar target because compounding simply doesn't have as much runway. The good news is you don't need a perfect plan to start. You need a simple system and just start. One of the easiest ways to fight the I'll start later trap is to automate your savings. In Your Future is Now, I talk about paying yourself first and using automatic transfers so you don't have to rely on willpower every month. Here's how you can set up this in real life. First, decide on a starter amount that feels uncomfortable but realistic. Maybe it's 100, 250, or $500 a month into your retirement account or a high yield savings account for a specific goal. Second, link that account to your checking and set up an automatic transfer on the same day your paycheck hits so the money moves out before you have a chance to spend it. Third, treat it as a non negotiable bill. When you get a raise, increase that automatic amount by a small percentage before your lifestyle expands around the new income. If you're in your 20s, that might mean starting with a small automatic contribution into a Roth IRA or employer retirement plan, even while you're tracking student loans. If you're in your 40s, it might mean turning a larger automatic amount and committing to stick with it through the rest of your peak earning years. Once you have automation in place, the next step is to get clear on your goals and ensure your savings align with them. The biggest mistake I see is not the wrong investment or the wrong account. It's waiting too long to start. You don't have to do everything at once, but you do have to do something. And the earlier you begin, the more compounding can work in your favor. If you want help running your own numbers, whether you're closer to the 25-year-old or the 40-year-old in the examples, or you want a simple framework for budgeting, managing debt, and setting up these systems, that's exactly what I wrote Your Future is Now, an introductory guide to managing your finances to do. Procrastination is not a strategy, but planning and executing on the plan is. Grab a copy of my book and use the examples and calculators to map out your next steps.